Hello, everybody, and welcome to Speak On It Comics. And we are here live at Free Comic Book Day here at
Fortress of Solitude, 52 University Avenue, Newark, New Jersey. Come now.
I love when you say that. Anyway, we're having a great time here, and we have our boy Matt here.
Yeah, from Popping Out.
That's for Popping Out. And we have a very special guest who is going to spotlight his work. His name is Dan McNeil, and we're just definitely going to ask him a few questions about the recent work that he's done.
Okay.
And let's get started. All right. So, Dan.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about what this comic's about and what's the story.
So the character's name is Stingblade, and this is an Afro-Latina character. And part of the reason why I wanted to do that because I felt like in the diaspora of characters that are out there, there weren't enough Latino characters, and there were definitely not enough Afro-Latinas. So I started from that as the basis, but she's a young lady who really had aspirations to be an Olympic sprinter. Okay. Unfortunately, right on the cusp of her greatness, tragedy strikes, which unfortunately renders her to become a paraplegic. So you'll see inside the book that it's inspired by some very real life situations that led to that, and she goes from being here to this downward spiral. There's a series of events that's going to lead her to ultimately become a hero, but simultaneously as she's going through that, her community is falling by the wayside by this large corporation called Land Tech Industries, who are pumping all the negatives into a typical urban community, whether it be in Newark or Chicago, whatever the case may be. So she's forced to be a hero and kind of take up and get rid of those some of those.
So, well, it's funny how you say that. I'm shooting in the dark here, but if you look at a lot of like Hispanics, blacks, and people, sports, music, rapping, and things like that are the only way out. So it's funny how you always say like you have these young men, men, women who play sports, football, basketball, and they bet everything on it. And then you break a knee, you get tackled.
Right.
Baseball, you're hitting the eye socket.
Yeah.
You break a hand, and that's it.
Right.
So is that like an influence with something that popped in your head?
Yeah, that did pop in my head because, again, she put everything she had into being this top-tier athlete, and then no one could have imagined the situation that she went to unfortunately, ultimately lose her legs. So, and I kind of wanted to juxtapose paraplegic with a speedster, because you never hear those two. What, a speedster with no legs? So, but I also in the spirit of diversity, equity, inclusion, and those things, I just want to show a spotlight on that population as well.
Great.
So what where did you how much inspiration did you get growing up from this? How much of it did you take from here?
So inspiration wise, and I'm so sorry to the fans out there, I'm drawing a blank. There was a young sister, Latina, who recently was in the last Olympics. I believe she was the first Dominican-born American who was a sprinter and clinched Olympic gold. So I saw her, and I was like, oh my God, that's awesome. Like, I really want to take that character, and take that person as an inspiration for the new character. And the reason why it's on this new imprint that you see here, which is called Pin Mammoth, is this is my solo imprint. The other ones people may know me from Kid Monster Creations, which is my other book, with my other company, which has my other book, which is Corsairs. But I wanted to do some things that was separate from my partnership with my partner Charlie Gobill, aka Charlie Fab. So
Okay. And how long did it take you from you to concept idea, execution? Share with us.
So the easiest part was writing the script and coming up with the concept. That took probably maybe 2 months. Putting a comics book together took a long time. Because and it's funny that the fans don't see this. I have one of my mentors, Mr. Daryl Goza on the side. He knows. He's chuckling.
Here he is.
Hey, you gotta
Pop in.
He's chuckling because no. But he's chuckling because he knows the process. So for me, especially independently, I've been blessed to have my partner take care of all the art. But now when you're doing it on your own, You have to vet the artist. Then they're sending you the pages for each draft, and that's 1 to 32 pages. Then you got to do the same thing for colors. Then you got to do the same thing for letters. Then you got to get a layout. So all in all, it took almost a year and 2 months to do one issue. And don't get me started with the delays in terms of printing it and getting it shipped out, because COVID kind of threw everything through.
So just remember, when you're spending your $5.99, $6.99,
Yes.
you're not paying for those 15, 20 pages. You're paying for a year's work.
Yeah.
From artists, the writers, from the inkers. You know what I mean? So like,
Blood, sweat, and tears.
you know, and it's funny because everyone would come to me, hey, write me something, or like, oh, say, draw something.
Yeah,
and it's like,
yeah.
you know, and again, even when it comes to just commissions, you know, it might take me a couple hours. But
Right.
it took me years
Right. To hone the craft.
of self-hate and misery of like, it's not good enough, it's not good enough. You know, so that's one thing where you gotta actually put into thought when it comes to art, writing, artists, that, you know, how much time they spend crafting the material to get something that's we're gonna read in 3 minutes and be like, damn man, where's the next one?
Right.
Like, why is this guy not working fast enough? So
Right.
you know, I'm one of those people. I read, I'm like, fuck, what's the next one? You know what I mean? So, but again,
If I may,
of course.
we're monthly. Our books are monthly.
Oh,
in
see?
April.
See?
So the thing is, the thing though is that I did work in the comic book industry.
Okay.
So I learned the craft from the people that did it best. Okay? And the thing is everything he told you about who you have to vet is true. It's true. But if you're working independently, the easiest thing to do is that do your books ahead of time. But again, depending on how much you're going to have to pay your creators, that may be costly. A lot of people try to do it as they go. But the easiest thing to do would be to do it the other way.
Right.
Of course, that means you have to put a substantial investment out first. So, you know, I went and worked like a dog for 2 years and put in a substantial investment first. And I said, now we can print for 8 months and I don't have to worry.
Right.
On a monthly schedule.
Yeah.
Now, here's the funny thing. If the books don't sell, then we jam.
You got it. Right.
But so far, thank goodness. So, I'm not worried.
amazing.
I'm not worried. And by the way, you could have reached out to me anytime, brother, because I do lettering, I do all that stuff.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, there it is.
Remember, I
He's
told
gonna
you,
give us
I-
his information.
I want to pick your brain.
And we'll add it in. So if anybody else wants to reach out to him, listen. Again, what you're paying is for his years of experience.
Yeah, I didn't want to steal his thunder. 'Cause
No,
like I said, I'd have brought my books up here.
You know, it's just so. Yeah, and listen, man. Like you said, this is just the first issue, right? Is this the
Yes,
first
first
time
issue.
someone can pick one up in a store?
Yes, this is literally the first issue.
So-
First time it's in a store. I'm gonna have issues here at Fortress of Solitude. The other way to order it is print on demand through indieplanet.com. That's indyplanet.com. Give them another week or so, it'll be up online. And then obviously you can reach out to me directly if you want to purchase one copy.
Remember,
First
man.
that fortress. First that
There you go.
fortress.
Yes,
Exclusively.
Yes.
53
Free
University
comic book
Avenue.
day.
Yes.
You know,
All right.
you
Yeah.
said we went through the rain, the storm. No one was gonna keep me. I was like, I gotta
it.
come by and get his book. I was scared I was gonna miss you. You know, but yeah, you said, you know, when they make a Netflix movie out of it, you want this issue. You know what I
heard it here
mean?
first, guys.
You know what I
right.
mean?
You heard it here first.
You want this issue.
And on a side note, when we started out first popping out,
Yes,
he
he was
seeked
it.
us.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Believe it or not, he
So,
seeked us.
today, I made sure, you know,
So we made
me
it
and
a long
wifey
time
so
coming.
here.
So
Yes, thank
Yes,
you.
thank
Thank
you.
you.
It's
Thank
always
you,
a
gentlemen. All of
pleasure.
you.
Yeah.
And with that, you know, of course,
But then again, anything you want to, tell people that want to get into this, that, that are thinking about it, what do you want to say to those individuals?
Oh, yeah.
So, a couple things. I'm glad that you said that, Charles. One, understand that this is an investment, as Daryl had mentioned. Not just in terms of blood, sweat, equity, but also finances and also time. Because when I'm writing or having a Zoom meeting with creators, that's time away from my family. It's an investment. Understand that none of us here are rich. This is driven by love, and ultimately the hope is that the money will come at the back end. But you have to have a love and a passion for this. And the last thing I would say is for those people who are hiring individuals a la carte and not blessed to have a production house to make comics, pay people on time.
Yes.
This is a very small community, the comic book community, and once your name gets out there, oh, Dan doesn't pay. Oh yeah, I'm not messing with him. And you're done. You're finished.
Yeah.
So pay people accordingly. Make sure that you have a love for this craft, and I think you'll make some great product.
Nice. What about you?
Learn your craft. The one thing that has always driven me crazy is I had to learn the craft. Okay? I had mentors like Neil Adams, Jim Shooter, Marie Severin, and it's Cohen. You understand me? These are the people who I went to early on, and they said, this is what you want to do if you want to be a comic book artist. So I got to work for a lot of nice companies out there, with the exception of Marvel. And I'm coming for them. But I'm coming for
As
them a
of
little
yet.
differently.
As of
I'm
yet.
coming for them differently.
As of yet.
All right? But here's the one thing that I know. Most people, when they're crafting stories, they don't research their stories, they don't research their characters. They just come up with an idea, they lay it down, and they think they can do it. I did a thing for Blue Cross Blue Shield with a bunch of fine artists. And when they still found out I could do comics, they said, oh, we could do comics, that'll be easy. I said, really? Take it on. Here we are 6 years later, none of them have done it. You know what they tell me now? I didn't think it was going to be that hard. I said, trust me, it's a grind. That's what makes it what it is. It's a grind. But, as he said, we have a love for this. Most of the people that you'll see in an environment like this, we have a love for this. You know, the kids that come here and learn to read young, they become readers. They become intelligent. Because this stuff pushes you beyond that. You have to be able to read a comic book. People don't think that. They think you look at pretty pictures. It's not pretty pictures. It's pretty pictures and story. So you got to learn how to craft the story. And there are plenty of books out there that will show you how to craft stories, the things that you want to put in your stories, the conflicts, how you want to structure them, how you want to set them up. Learn the craft. Learn the craft.
It's a hero's journey, right?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Man, this is amazing, guys. Thank
Thank
you
you.
guys so much.
No
You heard
worries.
it here first. We got my boy Matt. We got Eli. We got my boy Dan McNeil. We got D. Gorza over here. He's always, dropping
always mess up
knowledge.
my name, man.
Listen, that's why I call you D. I had to do that like back in the day. Yeah. And then when listen, guys. Heard it here. You got the inspirational guys here, and they're really dropping a lot of gems. You guys, definitely try to check out where you on Instagram, Facebook.
On Facebook, yes. But
Okay.
if you Google Darrell Goza, DARRELLGOZA, you'll find about 5 pages dedicated to me.
There you go.
Okay, see.
We'll
There
put
you
his
go.
links and
And we'll
everything
put the
on
links down in the
description as
bottom, so
well.
this way you guys can find them. So again, you guys, thank you so much. If you guys in the area, please come down. You see how packed it is?
Yep.
We got family here.
This is
Everybody.
the spot.
You gotta come to Fortress.
One
Alright?
last thing too, if you want to get in contact with me, I'm on all of the social media.
There you go.
You can either put Pen Mammoth, PenMammoth, in any search function, or Kid Monster Creations in any search function. I'm on all of the social media.
All of it.
All of it. Make it real simple for you.
Nice.
I'm glad I cut my nails.
All right, guys. All right, sign off. And don't forget to speak on it, guys.
Stay
Take
good,
care.
people.
All right.
Bye.